So, sorry about that. My time for filming just got cut. But, you know, the stories itself is what's important. And putting everything together seems much more interesting. You know, in Avengers 3, you can have Ultron. You don't have to have King the Conqueror or Surtur all the time. But you can you can introduce other characters that lead up to that Ultron fight. And that's pretty cool. I think that's really interesting. You can have King the Conqueror in one of the individual movies. You can have Surtur in one of the individual movies. You don't have to have them all in the Avengers. Um, so there you say it. You will see the villains, but not all the villains are going to be in Avengers. Um, so I'm thinking that everything's going to be, like I said, connected, and the Marvel Cinematic Universe is going to keep on expanding for these individual characters. And like I said, they're not going to do every trilogy. They're just going to try to develop those key characters. And some of those key characters happen to be, for example, Black Panther. He was mentioned in an Easter egg in Iron Man 2 as in a map that is really quick. You have to pause it to see the map, but you will see Africa. In Africa is the homeworld, the homeland of Wakanda, which Black Panther lives. And in Captain America, Howard Stark finds the shield, which is made from vibranium. In the comics, it's made from adamantium, which is what Wolverine has with his claws. But because Fox owns the rights, they can't say that, which is, I know, lame, but hey, they can't. Um, so they call it vibranium, and that's very interesting to put that in there. To introduce Black Panther somehow, maybe Black Panther's father somehow created that shield and gave it to Howard Stark to experiment on. You don't know, you know. Another one is Namor. Namor was there's a map of Atlantis, and that is the homeworld of Namor, and he lives more in a alternate galaxy as well. So it's like you got space, you got the Nine Realms, you got Midgard, you got Earth, you got then you got Namor Atlantis, which is in the bottom of the sea, all the way in the bottom of the sea where no man has ever been, and this is where Atlantis is, the city, and this is where Namor lives, and the reason why I bring up Namor is because in Odin's vault, there are a bunch of things that hint what they will make into movies. Not every Marvel character is going to be in it, because Kevin Feige said that not every character is going to be in the movies, but eventually they will make them, just not in this particular thing they're doing. So, um, so everything is going according to what viewers see in Odin's treasure room. You see, how do you say, the fires of Surtur. You see the Casket of Ancient Winters, which I don't know if it's going to play a part in Thor the Dark World, but they might put that aside since that was in Thor, the first one already. There's other stuff they can do, like the stones that the gargoyle uses to stone people alive. There's other things they can use, but one of them is the Casket of Ancient Winters. Another one is the Eye of Agamotto, which is Adam Warlock's, or some people say Adam Warlock, or it's the Eye of Doctor Strange, something like that. But either way, hopefully we get both. Um, and then another one is the Tablet of Life or Time, whatever the tablet is. But the Tablet of Life is an ancient artifact that if you read it, let's say you're old, you become young, or if you're young, you be old. So this can also be used for cities or weapons or highly intelligent people. Just this tablet is awesome. If it's the tablet of time, then you can go back in time. You can erase certain things, and that's what they use it. But the tablet of life is the property of Namor, which also becomes the property of other superheroes. But namely, it's Namor's property. But somehow this is given to Odin to protect, and that makes a lot of respect for that character. That Odin is a very powerful, is a powerful god, and he is the one that can protect anybody from this threat. So he puts him in his treasure room because no one will be able to go in there except Thor and Loki. And that's just what I'm thinking, and yeah, just all this is connecting together. And along the way, you can introduce other characters of Marvel Cinematic Universe, such as the Runaways, Power Pack, and the Inhumans. Those are characters that you could just simply put in there as the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And you don't have to make sequels of them. If you make Inhumans 1 and 2, and that's fine. If you can even make the Defenders with Punisher and Daredevil and Namor and Doctor Strange and Ant-Man, and have the Hulk part of the Defenders. You see, the Hulk can be in any team. He's the Hulk. He can do whatever he wants. And that will make a great way of the Hulk going into different team-ups to help them. Such as Heroes for Hire, they can be in any team-up as well. They could be in the Defenders. They could be in the Avengers, Inhumans, the Runaways, Power Pack. So, you know what I mean? You can do an Iron Man movie where Iron Man goes to space and visits the Guardians of the Galaxy because somehow his computer says that there's a signal that sends it to, the Guardians of the Galaxy ship, and Iron Man goes there to see who they are or what's going on over there, and uses the Hulkbuster to fly over there, which is going to be cool. You can introduce Nova, you can introduce Adam Warlock in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and have Thanos, this time around, before Iron Man goes up there, have Thanos try and collect the soul gems, or the gems, and and um what will be good is that he finds a way to get out into the world, into Midgard, because remember, he has one of the gems, and it can tell the story of how Thanos got all the soul gems, and more like a flashback, and how somehow Odin and Adam Warlock got the gauntlet from Thanos, and Odin put it in his treasure room. And so that will be interesting, and Iron Man goes and visits the Guardians of the Galaxy and kind of helps them fly back to Earth. And by this time, you will have a lot of team-ups. You will have Thor, you will have Beta Ray Bill, you will have many characters, and probably establish a lot of origins as well, such as Black Widow, the Winter Soldier, and other things, and together, piece together everything that's going on. And eventually, after Avengers 3, they will lead up into a crossover event with Marvel heroes and Marvel villains teaming up to face off against Thanos from retrieving the Infinity Gauntlet. The movie itself will be called the Infinity Gauntlet, not Avengers 3 or 2, because Thanos is a Marvel villain. If Doctor Doom was a villain in it, let's say X-Men and Fantastic Four and Avengers were together, Doctor Doom will be the ultimate Marvel villain. You know what I mean? That's how it would be. But in this part, Thanos is the ultimate Marvel Cinematic Universe villain. And they're going to need every person, every superhero in the roster to face off against Thanos. And that would be a good conclusion. It's like a volume. Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, Volume 4, Volume 5. This is Volume 1. The book closes with the battle with Thanos, an epic battle, and bam. Avengers 4, 5, and 6 can include new, fresh faces, new, fresh superheroes, and there you go.